Hello everyone, welcome to my channel. This is Doc Anime Robin. In this video, I'll be unboxing and reviewing the SH Figuarts metal cooler from the Dragon Ball Z anime movie. And this set is manufactured by Bandai Tamashii Nation. Now, let's begin by taking the set out of the transport box. And before we take the figure out of the box, let's take a look on what detail it shows us real quick. And we can see through the transparency here, the main figure itself. And there's at least 3 alternate heads and several different alternate hand parts. And as all SH Figuarts would show on the back of their case, the various pictures of the figure making all kinds of poses, showing the figure is very articulated. And this picture here be like an attempt to get the customers to buy as many metal coolers as possible, because as anyone who has seen the anime movie which metal coolers appear, that one metal cooler is actually like a pretty much like a robot or robotic drone created by the main cooler himself. So like if you want to basically recreate the scene from the movie, you'll need like many metal coolers to like give appearance of an army. And now let's get this figure out of the case. So inside the case we have the figures and all its accessories or parts and alternate parts, like covered in this plastic case. And here's a instruction manual, which just basically shows how each of hands are like, or other alternate heads are like, and how you can basically change them. Each alternate head is like a different expression for the figure. So when you want to put a figure on display and to get it to show different kind of facial expression or emotion, you can utilize them, and different hands or feet for different kind of poses. Now let's take the figure off. In order to remove the figure from the case, you have to peel off a plastic cover, and this part you want to do it kind of gently, otherwise you could send all these parts inside flying and you'll have a very hard time getting them back. So we have another cooler figure parts himself. And here we have the tail to attach to on his back, and this tail alone can be articulated. It has at least 3 articulation joints. That's not including the base of the tail, which is apparently also can make it articulate. Now put the tail on. Oh, and to put the tail on correctly, you can see that this hinge has another, it's like take a form of a key, and the hole on this hole here is kind of shaped up to this hinge. So here we go. And around the waist, there's still a plastic layer. Usually SH Figuarts or Monster Arts include this layer. Basically, it's like kind of showing the figure is brand new when you first unbox it. So because of the tail, it will be hard to get the figure stand perfect still if you don't use the tail to support the weight. But still, it turns out it's a very good support. It can keep the figure standing very nicely. Now, let's begin exploring this figure's articulation. So, you can look left and right. You can also look down and up. And if the torso can also bend backwards more, which makes it look even higher up. And shoulders also has some rotation. The arm can raise laterally. also like rotate back and up. There's also another rotation joint here between the shoulder and the main bicep muscle part. And torso can bend forward down or a little bit backward, although apparently not a lot. Its leg can raise like 90-degree up. And its feet are also rotatable. This makes it very articulated. So the legs can kind of put on various the angle, while the feet can help maintain the balance for standing. The leg can also like raise on to the side. This helps with different kind of kicking pose. And finally, again, the tail has at least 3 joints, which you can makes it like almost like snake like form. You can do various pose with it, although yeah, they can also, beyond bending, they can also rotate, so you can have the tip of tail point to a lot of different angle. And you can just basically do whatever the poses you want the tail to do. Although obviously, because some parts of its shape is still fixed, so there are some limit, but it is still overall very flexible. And now let me show everyone how we can put on the interchangeable heads or hands. The head is very easy. You just have to literally pull the head off here. And then just put different head on. And same with the hands. The default hands are like a clenched fist. So you have to do just pull the hands off and just replace it with whatever hand you want to replace. And let's first check out how each different head can show what kind of expression for metal cooler. So the default head is that of like stern look, expressionless face. And let me try focus the light on the face, this face, so maybe it's easier for everyone to see the stern, the emotionless expression. let's try the other alternate heads and check out their expression. Now, in this face, this one has Cooler given a very slight smile. It's hard to see because of silverish reflective nature of this face, but yeah, if you just have this close look here, you can see that he's have a slight evil smile. Now this next head, in his expression is kind of angry in heat of battle, where his teeth are clenched. He's baring his teeth, like he wants to bite off somebody. This last head is when he has his mouth open. So this is like a battle cry face, like the kind of yelling or rolling that Dragon Ball characters do when they go in battle, trying to power up, gather energy. With that last head part, it's the most fitting for the figure to utilize in order to put on this combat ready, powering up kind of pose. Now let's explore how the figure look with the alternate hands and feet for posability. First, we have an alternate hands, which allow Metal Cooler to put on the finger beam firing pose, which Cooler and his younger brother Frieza are famous of using in the Dragon Ball franchise. And this other hand, which can either be used for like a hand chopping pose or maybe just stabbing pose, like use it to like stab into enemy, that kind of. And here we have two different alternate hands which can be utilized to put on all different kind of poses for combat or battle. And one open hand can also be used to put on a energy blast firing pose. Now, these alternate feet can help put on the poses when you want to make Cooler look like he's flying or attacking the mid-air, because when he's off the ground, it doesn't make any sense that his toes will be like spray or flatly. And in order to utilize those kind of parts for flying poses or off the ground kind of poses, you want to get a compatible display stand for the figure, so you can have it lift off the ground. So now it's like he's flying or levitated off the course, it takes some practice to make this looks perfect. Can also do it this way, so it's like it's thrusting forward. And with this, it's also much easier to put on a kicking pose. If you really want to do the kicking pose, it's probably better to have the standing feet with the one that's the default one, so it's help to maintain balance. Finally, we have some alternate parts in this set that's unique to Metal Cooler's design. If anyone have not seen the anime movie which Metal Cooler appears, he is essentially a robotic body that's capable of repairing itself when suffering physical damage, and when the damage is occurring, its limb is like being reconstructed from like the wire looks before becoming completely solid. So like these are the parts that represent his arm is getting repaired. So let's put them on and see. To remove this shoulder armor piece here, and also take out this arm here, and then you reattach the alternate parts on. Here we go. So again, it's like his battle damage arm is slowly repairing. So that's one good thing for this figure to be utilized when if you want to have a do poses with other Dragon Ball SH Figuarts characters, especially Super Saiyan Goku and Vegeta, who he does fight in the movie. So it's like he can put down some battle damage here. So that's all the basic feature for this set, and just like all SH Figuarts, this figure not only is it scripted perfectly to model the characters based on, it's also capable of like putting on various kind of poses thanks to its articulation, so for you to be able to again put on various kind of pose you would want Metal Cooler to portray. And most uniquely, again, because it is, as his name suggests, his Metal Cooler, and as anyone saw from the movie, Metal Cooler is actually silverish, like actually a little bluish, and very metallic, reflective look. And it is just like all other traits, it is perfectly portrayed in this figure. In fact, this one can be said to be unique among SH figure art because of all the metallic painting on its figure. It's so refractive on the light, it can be hard to read or see. And also in the movie, the metallic coating or coloring is also has a, while mostly silver, it also has a blue tint. That shade is also perfectly shown in this figure. And in fact, this set costs twice amount that as most SH Figuarts price. It is probably because of this difficult and excellent metal coating painting that would cause this price. So one would really have to think hard if this trade is worth the extra money you would have to spend to get this figure. And judging from all the trades, it's definitely good collection to anyone who wants a metal cooler among his or her Dragon Ball collection. And another feature that's present in this figure, which most other SH Figuart lacks, it's because of this metallic coating painting. This figure is very, very smooth. In fact, as you probably saw earlier, a lot of times when I was moving and removing the parts, some of the hands and head parts were almost too easily to come off. I think it's because the manufacturer knew with the metal coating painting, this figure is very, very smooth. So if they make the joints too tight, it'd be hard to do the interchangeable feature to switch to different parts. But that also makes a downside, is that some of these parts are too easily to snap off. So you want to be careful when you work with this figure. And the beautiful coloring may also be another downfall, is that it's very easy to leave fingerprints on, or maybe easily to get scratches, so that will kind of ruin its look, which makes you have to handle the figure very carefully, and you might want to consider wiping it every time you handle it, so that you may not leave like a lot of fingerprints on it at all. So overall, if you are a fan for cooler, especially metal cooler, you should consider adding this figure to your collection, although it will most likely be much more or higher price than any other SH Figuarts. At least the SH Figuarts that's similar or same to its size. So this concludes my review for this set. Thanks everyone for watching. If you enjoyed this video, please click like and subscribe to my channel. And please check out other videos in my channel. If you have any question, please post them in the comment section. I will answer with the best of my ability.